Hello, my name is Serenity, and this video is for the sale of a 16-foot cargo trailer that we used to travel the Mid-Southwest earlier this year. We traveled from crystal mining in Arkansas to Chewbacca's Mardi Gras weekend in New Orleans, to outlaws and aliens in New Mexico, the mystical red rocks of Arizona, to the gorgeous West Coast, all the way up the side from San Diego all the way to San Francisco. A magical month in Mount Shasta. Sea lions and gloriousness all over the place. We spent 2 weeks at Hoover Dam and 2 weeks in the Grand Canyon, and then capped it off with 2 rockin' weeks in Buena Vista and a week in Boulder, Colorado. So those were the places that we went. We were in the mountains, in the snowy mountains, snowboarding in New Mexico, and in the mountains in the snow in Mount Shasta. So she does, we took her through pretty rough terrain and the gambit. When we decided to travel, I had 4 main concerns. One was to be able to travel securely all 4 seasons, to be able to go into the backcountry without worrying about things shifting and breaking. I needed to be able to cook without depending upon a fire, and I wanted to be self-sustained for at least 2 weeks. If I needed to be self-contained, I wanted to be. But if I had the ability to spread out, then I definitely wanted to be able to do that. So this was our answer for the trip. It was my husband's work trailer, so it is very nondescript. It does not look like there is a tent or anything going on inside of it when you're inside. We did put an electronic trailer hitch, which works good. This is diesel for the heater that we have inside. I will tell you that the heater is currently running an error code. We think it's just a fuel clog because it worked perfectly last winter. We just haven't looked into it. And this is your 30 amp plug-in for when we are at an RV park or needing to charge. Upon coming back from our travels, we did have the brakes and the drums replaced and the bearings repacked. So that is done. There's 1200 watts of solar on the top. There's 6 200-watt panels. We do have 2 sets of bars for rotating them, tilting them up so that you can maximize the sun if you are in a location where you need to.
On the edges, both of these sides will raise up and tilt if needed. Give me a moment here, and I'll function in technical things here, but you kind of get the idea. There would be a screw, those screws that would go in, and it would tilt, if you were positioned in the need properly. Of course, we're in a different position, but if necessity called for it and you needed the extra boost, you have that ability to tilt towards the other panels to slightly increase your charge ability.
Then I had my husband remove the outside setup so that we could turn it around inside so that I could lock myself in and not get locked in by anyone. I was very concerned about safety and being secure. We were going backcountry, and animals and bear was another animal because the back door opens, and I needed to be able to make sure that I could lock myself up tightly inside and not worry about anything. Some of the changes we decided to make when we got ready to travel were put 1-inch foam under the floor, in all the walls, even in that back door and in the ceiling. We did that, and then we got this vinyl waterproof laminate flooring. It is a floater floor. It is scratched up. You can tell where we have gone at weird tilting angles that we couldn't take in RV. That's why we chose this, because of the places we were going backcountry, that it has, because we didn't glue it down because it was a floating floor, that it bubbled. So easy to fix. Air Max fan for cooling and exhausting any air for cooking. So when it comes to cooking, I had to be able to cook. I told you that we had the 1200 watts above. Down here you'll see that we have 800 amp hours of battery life. This is your DC controller and a 2000 watt inverter battery monitoring station. Safety inside was also a concern, so smoke and CO detector, as well as a fire extinguisher. Now this Air Max fan is directly wired to the solar, as is this refrigerator. This is a Sunstar, if you want to come on this side. 3 shelves in the door, 3 shelves here with a decent sized drawer.
Remember, there's water in that top drawer.
And the freezer, this bottom one is shallow, but the next 2 are very decent size.
Water.
Yeah, we've got
ice tray.
Water in the ice tray.
To get it to freeze.
And this was my kitchen setup. Here are 4 gallons. They hold, or there's 4 containers that hold 7 gallons of water each. This is a pump. I didn't bring a cup. Well, this is what I used for my sink. Just push the button and the water comes out. This is USB charged, so it doesn't even need electricity. And I just change the containers out as I go. To dump, we have an extra 7 gallon here. And this is a 35 gallon portable black water tank that to use with the toilet. This is the toilet. She holds 4 gallons of water for pumping and flushing.
Make sure that you exhaust the pressure underneath.
Thank heavens that was clean.
Yeah, just water in there for demonstration purposes only.
And a 5 gallon tank that it drains into. Oh, that was fun. And a TV. That swivels. Yay. And then for sleeping and enjoying entertainment, this is a queen size futon bed. It does fold out. And you still have plenty of room for walking around. So let me the heater that I mentioned outside is right over here on the floor. These shelves will hold 12 fabric bins on these shelves here. The shelf is mason jar height. These will also hold mason jars. This bolts in, or you put a board over the front and strap the board in, and then you strap the shelving unit in from there to there. We have bolts on both sides for here for strapping this down. We also have bolts for strapping the refrigerator in on both sides. And then this cabinet, this cabinet is actually bolted in, so we just have to put the boards over the front and strap them in for travel. So that's about everything I can tell you. I am noticing that I missed that we put hooks up here for hanging things, curtains, lights. But go on. There. So, summer of 2020, I started a journey called an awakening. I did not realize that I had repressed memories, and if you had told me I had them, I would have probably laughed at you. I worked with body movement, music, and mirrors by dancing while singing to music that resonated while looking at myself in the mirror at least 15 minutes a day, every single day. It took 6 months, and I went through a loss of identity, and so that is part of why we have decided to sell the trailer. We need to close out our old life to completely start fresh and anew. If you are interested, please email below. Have a great day. Thanks.